Hey, what's going on guys, my name is Jack and today I am back with another video. Now in today's video guys, I'm going to talk about the time I almost broke a bone. Let's go back about 6 years ago. I was about the age of 14 to 15 and I played for a team, a local team called St. Nick's. To be honest with you, we weren't the best kinds of players. This wasn't a very professional young team. It was basically people that like to kick about on a Sunday. I was the goalkeeper. Now it was kind of a team where you sort of played in like defense one game, attack another, goalkeeper another. I primarily played as a goalkeeper. However, I did have the odd game where I did play as a like striker or a midfielder sort of thing. In this circumstance, I was in goal and I wasn't the best keeper. I didn't really understand like how big the goals were sometimes, because every time you played on a different pitch, it was always quite different. Not necessarily the goal size, but just the way the pitch was laid out. Therefore, I couldn't really ever get used to each individual pitch because we'd always be playing like what we'd mostly play away. I never really sort of got to grips with sort of every single goal. I'd let a lot of goals in a lot of the time and people thought I was kind of a bad goalkeeper. To be honest, there was another guy called Ethan. He was much better than me, but I was always very like willing to go out towards the striker. So if you know what football's like, you'd know the goalkeepers mostly stay on their line. However, I'd mostly go out and try to sort of get the football from the person's feet. A lot of the time that was always a very good tactic, making yourself big, going down low, making sure like you go for the person's feet. If you go for the person's feet, you're not doing anything wrong. If they fall over, etc. If you go for their body, then you can be penalized for that. About halfway through a game one day, I went to challenge this guy. Now this guy went to go and kick the football, but for whatever reason he missed and actually hit my thumb. He hit it around here, and I remember the absolute agony I was in. Keeping in mind I was only about the age of 14, therefore I would cry a lot at like little different things because I was a bit of a wuss when I was younger. I was in the biggest load of pain you could ever imagine, and I'd thought at that point I'd kind of broken my thumb. One of the owner's husbands sprayed some like antiseptic or something. He sprayed something on my hand. It was really cold and it was supposed to numb the pain, but it just made it much worse. We went to A&E and then they needed a scan or something, so I had to go to a hospital nearby to then realize I'd fractured my thumb, and I was in by far the biggest amount of pain ever. Like you don't understand how much pain I was in. I was in a cast. They put me in a cast. I think it was the same day, or at least I was in like a, when your arms like that, I was basically like that. And I remember being in a cast, definitely. That luckily did get me out of PE at school, like physical education. As you know, I'm not the most physical person. I never really enjoyed physical education, so that got me out of that for about 6 weeks. That's how long I was in the cast for. Good news is that I was still able to play Xbox. I remember playing Shadow the Hedgehog when I was about 14. This was near when Modern Warfare 3 came out, so leading up to then I had nothing else to play, so I'd play this game called Shadow the Hedgehog. And I remember because I was trying to use my thumb like this, I could still do that somehow. I think I actually moved my whole arm, or my whole hand, sorry. Therefore, I would numb and wear off the thumbstick to the point where it was barely unusable anymore. And I also missed out on going to Spain abroad for, I think, my friend's birthday, because my friends used to live in Spain. So I missed out on that, which kind of sucked, not going to lie to you. I was kind of looking forward to that as well. I could have probably gone, but it was just the fact I wanted to get over this, and I didn't want to go all the way out there as well whilst being in a cast, so I didn't really fancy that too much, because it would have been much hotter in Spain and I would have got a bit more sweaty, like, because obviously you couldn't wash your cast, like you can't wash inside your cast, so when it comes out after 6 weeks, it's going to smell a bit funny. However, I did enjoy not having to do PE and enjoy playing Xbox a lot of the time. I think I had a day or two off a week as well, which was actually pretty good. But yeah, then when I went back to playing football after having some time off, I never regained my confidence. I never felt comfortable in goal, so I eventually did give it up, unfortunately. But it was very fun. I did lose a bit of weight whilst playing football, and it was very enjoyable. However, breaking my thumb, or almost breaking my thumb, was not the best experience. Now guys, if you did enjoy this life story, be sure to give it a like. Let me know what you thought down below. There'll be a link to all my life stories in the description below, like a playlist. You guys can check them out, let me know what you thought about them and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for the support recently, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.